Well, hello everyone. I'm Dave Krull. I'm a longtime member of the NSH community. I'm currently a full-time employee over at uh, GSK. So we are a pharmaceutical company, and I do a lot of work on clinical trial samples. So some assay development using immunohistochemistry, in situ hybridization, a lot of work on immunofluorescence as well as image analysis. And I really enjoy the impact that we have on medicine development and patient care. And I'm excited to work on a variety of different disease areas, such as the topic of my upcoming keynote lecture at the NSH convention, and that's going to be on ALS. I think it's important that we're aware of the whole scientific community. A lot of the members within the NSH tend to be from the diagnostic space, so they use their skills to aid in patient care, and they provide a very valuable piece to that. But they may be less likely to understand some of the work that goes on in research, and especially in a drug development company like GSK, and in particular, ALS and other diseases that I'll put into these category of very hard to treat diseases, ones that we've been battling for many decades. There's ALS and MS, as well as Alzheimer's, right? That's another big one. And there, Parkinson's. My mother-in-law passed from Parkinson's disease. So ALS stands for amyloidic lateral sclerosis, and it's a progressive neurological disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. Amyotrophic comes from the Greek language, and it means no. A means no. Myo refers to muscle, so your muscle tissue, like the myofibers, your muscle fibers. Trophic stands for nourishment. So amyotrophic means no muscle nourishment. And when a muscle has no nourishment, it atrophies or wastes away. And the lateral, refers to areas in a person's spinal cord where portions of the nerve cells that signal and control the muscles are located. And this area degenerates or kind of breaks down, and it leads to scarring or hardening, and that's the sclerosis part of it. So it's really like a hardening of the muscles due to lack of nerve stimulation. And a lot of this occurs at the neuromuscular junction. It's that interface where the nerve fibers actually connect with the muscle and send that electrical impulse. And we know from exercise and strength training that the more you stimulate the muscles, the more they grow. And obviously, the inverse is also true. When they don't get the right stimulation, they become atrophied in a condition called sarcopenia. And it's interesting that 90% of the cases, there's no family history of the disease or the presence of a genetic mutation that's been linked to ALS. For the other 5 to 10% of cases, there is a known family history, where there is a known family history of the disease. This is often referred to as familial ALS. First of all, come prepared. So get your little program out. We send a little brochure out. You should have gotten one in your mail now, if you're an NSH member. And also go onto the website, look at the daily program, because there's so much there's so many educational opportunities there that it's better to come in with a goal. So what do you want to focus on? Is it immunohistochemistry? Is it leadership development? Is it some kind of technical tips and tricks that you want to pick up and walk away with? And make a note of that. Like, write down the workshop numbers and make sure that you don't have any conflicting with each other, and so you can cover all the workshops that you want to attend, and make sure that you're there and present for those workshops, because sometimes you get there and you just get overwhelmed with all the options, right? And it can kind of get overwhelming. So come with a plan. It's actually Michael J. Fox. So Back to the Future, growing up watching Family Ties, he was always so smart and, had that charisma. And of course, doing Back to the Future, he was very cool in that as Marty McFly. And also now that he's a public figure for Parkinson's disease, and because my mother-in-law passed from Parkinson's disease, that's another one of these unmet medical needs that's out there. And he's done so much advocacy for patients and for support for drug research and everything. And we actually were working on one of the targets that his foundation had identified. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but still, he's bringing this directly into the research community. So I would love to meet Michael J. Fox one day. I would just totally fan out about that.